Hey there folks, it's Alan here from Gold Coast School of Guitar, and in this short video I just want to share with you how we can always be practicing guitar even if we don't have a guitar in our hands. Alright, so no doubt as an adult you quite often you've got commitments, which means running the kids around, grandkids, whatever it may be, or even if you're just dropping your spouse off somewhere like the shops and you don't want to go in, that kind of thing. So how do we go about practicing guitar while there is no guitar in our hands? And I just want to share, like, if you've got like a piece of paper, a pad, pen, um, like if you're beginning guitar, your main job is, one, you want to learn songs. Well, that should be your main focus, is to play songs. But to play songs, we need to know what chords we got to play, and like, we got to train the brain to think in a way that we can recall them and help us learn those chord shapes. So one of the ways that I found really useful for me was, like, when you just sitting around waiting on time for pick people up or whatever it may be, just with your pad, just especially lined paper works really well. All you can do is just draw a little diagram, which makes it like a chord diagram, and the lines actually work as your frets. Alright, so you got a little square shapes there. Alright, and then you just go through the chords that you can remember. So let's say it's an A minor chord, for example. Alright, so A minor chord, you're thinking, okay, how do I play that? We're just talking about the open A minor here. Okay, I've got my first finger on the second string, first fret. Alright, second finger on the fourth string, second fret, and then the third finger on the third string there, second fret. Okay, now you can either write your finger numbers in there, or you could put it underneath. It doesn't really matter how you do it. But if you look at that, and let's say it's an A minor for reference. Okay, just got the A minor there. All right, that is not all the story really, is it? Okay, we know where to put our fingers, which is great, but what about how many strings we have to play? See, we want to be able to recall that information, so we don't have to look at these things when we're learning the song, or as much. Alright, so the A minor chord starts from the fifth string, the A string, and strums all the way through. So on our chord diagram, we just want to put little zeros against the strings that we can strum. Okay, like that. And then, of course, there's no sixth string in this. That needs to have an X across it. And that is just a simple chord diagram, right? And all you're doing there is just recalling the information. Now, you may need to check this when you get home, and that's perfectly fine. But you're just recalling the information to help you learn. All right, and you're building up these pathways in our brain that helps us recall that information, because if we just sit down with this every time, it's already written out, it's in a nice printed out thing, and we're just reading it, yes, we're going to learn it, but it's very hard. It gets to the point really quickly, especially when the older we get, where if that sheet of paper is not in front of us, we forget it. We don't know what it is. We need that sheet of paper. So in these moments, as you go out through your day, where there's, like, you've got 5 minutes spare or whatever it may be, just have a pen and paper with you. Do up chord diagrams like this. You could do the strumming patterns, you could write them out. So for a particular song, it could be just as simple as down, down, up, down, down, up, for example. Right? And you got your song title, what it is. And you could even, if you want help with learning a song, is write out the chords for that song all on one page. So there might be 4 chords there, 5 chords, or if it's something like a Hotel California, more than there's, I can't remember how many chords are in that, but there's a few. Okay, so that's just a little tip to help recall the information instead of just reading it all the time, because we need to be able to recall these things and get it into our long-term memory so we can recall it. All right, and these little tests where we're just you know, there's no pressure, but like you're just writing it out as you go and helping you learn it there. All right, that's it for me for this one. So that's practicing, just one way we can practice without a guitar in our hand. Hopefully if you found it useful, and I'll see you in the next video.